Bespin is a gas giant best known for Cloud City, a floating metropolis that's part mining operation and part luxury resort. Located in the Mid-Rim, Cloud City is where Lando Calrissian, the galaxy's suavest administrator, oversees the production of Tibanna gas, which is used in blasters and starships. It's also where Lando gets to practice his favorite hobby, charming his way out of trouble. Cloud City is famous for its beautiful sunsets, its diverse population, and its unfortunate habit of being in the wrong place at the wrong time. It's here that Han Solo gets frozen in carbonite, Leia declares her love, and Darth Vader drops one of the biggest bombshells in cinematic history. No, Luke, I am your father. Tatooine is that desert planet where nothing good ever happens. Except, the rise of the most important characters in the entire Star Wars saga. Home to both Anakin and Luke Skywalker, Tatooine is a dusty, dry world with twin suns and a climate that could make even a Sith Lord wish for a cooler robe. The locals are a hardy bunch, tough moisture farmers, surly smugglers, and let's not forget the Tusken Raiders, who like to scream at people and shoot first without any questions being asked. It's also home to the Jawas, those little scavengers who'd probably sell their own mother for the right price, as long as she was properly stripped for parts. But hey, when you live in a place where water is more valuable than gold, you've got to hustle. And then there's the Cantina in Mos Eisley, the galaxy's premier spot for a drink, a brawl, and maybe losing an arm or two if you say the wrong thing to the wrong Wookiee. If you thought Tatooine was harsh, wait until you visit Hoth. Imagine the coldest place on Earth, like Antarctica, multiply that by 1,000, and then add some wampas just to keep things interesting. This little equation gives you Hoth. This icy planet is where the Rebel Alliance set up Echo Base after turning the Death Star into space dust. It's also where Luke Skywalker had an impromptu wrestling match with a wampa and won, though not before the wampa introduced him to the fine art of being smacked into the realm of unconsciousness. The Battle of Hoth is one of the most iconic moments in Star Wars history, featuring massive AT-AT walkers lumbering across the snow like giant metallic dinosaurs, and brave rebels trying to trip them up with nothing but cable wires. It's also where Han Solo shows his softer side, by stuffing Luke into the warm insides of a tauntaun, saving his life that way. I really hope one of my friends would do the same should I end up stuck in Antarctica. When Yoda needed a place to hide from the Emperor, he didn't pick a sunny beach or a nice quiet mountain. No, he chose Dagobah, a swampy, mist-covered planet teeming with life and more strange creatures than an alien petting zoo. Dagobah's ecosystem is so rich that you could probably find a new species every time you step outside. But Dagobah isn't just about the swamps, it's also a place of deep spiritual significance. The planet is strong with the Force, and it's where Yoda trains Luke Skywalker, helping him confront his fears and learn the ways of the Jedi. Luke even finds a dark side cave here, where he has a vision of himself turning into Darth Vader. So yeah, Dagobah might be a little gross, but it's also the ultimate destination for self-discovery. Just make sure you bring some bug spray. Endor, also known as the Forest Moon of Endor, is like the galaxy's most scenic campsite. With towering trees, lush forest, and cute little Ewoks running around, it's almost too peaceful. Until you remember that it's also where the Empire built the second Death Star. The Ewoks, who look like teddy bears but fight like grizzlies, become unexpected allies to the Rebel Alliance. These little warriors take on the Empire with nothing but sticks, stones, and a whole lot of courage. Who knew that the downfall of the Galactic Empire would be aided by what amounts to an army of vicious stuffed animals? The Battle of Endor is the climax of the original Star Wars trilogy, where the Rebel Alliance and Ewoks team up to take down the Death Star's shield generator, leading to the destruction of the second Death Star and the ultimate defeat of Emperor Palpatine. It's also where Darth Vader redeems himself by saving Luke from the Emperor, proving that even the darkest of villains can have a change of heart, right before they throw an evil overlord down a reactor shaft. Mustafar is a planet that looks like it came straight out of a nightmare. Located on the fringes of the Outer Rim, this volcanic world is a fiery landscape of molten lava rivers, constant volcanic eruptions, and suffocating heat. Most famously, Mustafar is where Anakin Skywalker's fate was sealed. After turning to the dark side, Anakin faced his former mentor, Obi-Wan Kenobi, in an epic lightsaber duel across the planet's burning landscape. Their fight raged across catwalks, lava flows, and crumbling structures, until Anakin was left mutilated and burned, solidifying his transformation into the fearsome Sith Lord we all know and fear. Later, Mustafar became the site of Darth Vader's imposing fortress, where he brooded over his painful past, surrounded by the inferno that mirrored the darkness within him. Nur is a watery, storm-swept moon located in the Mustafar system, best known for being the home of the Fortress Inquisitorius, the base of operations for the Empire's Inquisitors. This imposing fortress rises ominously from the surface of Nur's vast oceans, serving as both a training ground and prison for captured Jedi and Force-sensitive individuals. The fortress is heavily guarded, with advanced Imperial technology and a host of Inquisitors trained to hunt down the remaining Jedi who survived Order 66. Their vaults also hold a great variety of different Jedi that fell during Order 66, including Jedi Master Tara Sinub. In Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Cal Kestis infiltrates Fortress Inquisitorius in a daring mission to retrieve a Jedi holocron containing the names of Force-sensitive children, but barely escapes by breaking a window to flood the fortress's basement. Later that year, Princess Leia Organa was kidnapped by the Third Sister and taken to Nur. Obi-Wan Kenobi, with the help of Taladurith, infiltrated the moon to rescue her. The mission succeeded, and they escaped with assistance from Sully and Wade, the greatest hero in the galaxy.
Right behind you.
Mon Cala, a stunning oceanic planet, is home to two key aquatic species, the Mon Calamari and the Quarren. The planet's surface is entirely covered by oceans, with majestic cities like Dax City, which is built on massive coral structures floating or submerged beneath the waves. The Mon Calamari are known for their shipbuilding prowess, and their massive star cruisers became essential to the rebel fleet during the Galactic Civil War. Mon Cala's political history is rich, often centered around the rivalry between the Mon Calamari and the Quarren. This tension is seen in the Clone Wars series, where a civil war breaks out after the assassination of the Mon Calamari king. Jedi and Republic forces intervene to restore peace, with Prince Lichar eventually uniting both species under his rule. Mon Cala later plays a significant role during the rebellion, and Admiral Akbar, famous for the line, "It's a trap," hails from here, commanding the fleet that eventually helps take down the second Death Star in Return of the Jedi. Yavin 4. The fourth moon of the gas giant Yavin Prime might look like a peaceful, overgrown wilderness, but don't let its lush greenery fool you. This place is steeped in galactic history, covered in dense rainforests and dotted with ancient temples built by the long-extinct Masasi people. Yavin 4 served as the secret base for the Rebel Alliance at the height of their struggle against the Empire. The crumbling stone pyramids and towering jungle canopies provided the perfect camouflage for the rebellion's operations, giving them just enough time to plot the downfall of the galaxy's most terrifying weapon, the Death Star. Yavin 4's claim to fame, of course, is the climactic Battle of Yavin, where Luke Skywalker, piloting his trusty X-Wing, fired the shot that destroyed the Death Star and secured the rebellion's first major victory against the Empire. The jungle-covered ruins witnessed one of the most iconic moments in Star Wars history, the Trench Run, where a squadron of brave rebel pilots faced impossible odds to deliver that single decisive blow. Today, Yavin 4 is remembered as the birthplace of hope for the galaxy. Scarif looks like a tropical paradise, with its clear blue waters, sandy beaches, and lush islands. But don't let appearances fool you. This planet is also home to one of the Empire's most important military installations, the Imperial Security Complex. It's here that the Death Star plans are stored, setting the stage for the events of Rogue One. The Battle of Scarif is a desperate and heroic mission where a group of rebels led by Jyn Erso and Cassian Andor infiltrate the complex to steal the Death Star plans. The mission is a success, but at a great cost. Scarif's surface is destroyed by the Death Star super laser, killing the heroes with it. Mandalore is a war-torn planet with a rich history and a warrior culture that makes even the toughest stormtroopers think twice. Located in the Outer Rim, Mandalore is a barren world with a landscape scarred by centuries of conflict. The Mandalorians are a proud people, known for their combat skills, advanced armor, and a warrior ethos that values honor above all else. Also, one of the rarest and most sought-after metals in the galaxy is mined here. Beskar, known to be strong enough to even deflect lightsaber blades. Mandalore has seen its share of turmoil, from civil wars to battles with the Jedi, and its history is marked by cycles of war and peace. The planet is also the origin of the Darksaber, an ancient lightsaber that symbolizes leadership among the Mandalorians. Whoever wields the Darksaber is seen as the rightful ruler of Mandalore, making it one of the most coveted weapons in the galaxy. In recent years, Mandalore has become the focus of renewed interest, thanks in part to a certain bounty hunter with a penchant for finding adorable green aliens. The planet's legacy of conflict, honor, and survival makes it one of the most compelling locations in the Star Wars universe, often serving as antagonists in different Star Wars media. Lothal is a terrestrial planet with a moderate climate and a mix of urban and rural areas. Located in the Outer Rim, Lothal might not seem like much at first glance, but it becomes a key location in the early days of the Rebellion. The planet's capital city serves as the administrative and commercial hub, and its economy is driven by agriculture, mining, and manufacturing. Also, it is home to the Lothcat, which is the closest thing to a Pokemon I've seen in Star Wars. Lothal gained significance during the Galactic Empire's reign as the Empire establishes a strong presence on the planet, exploiting its resources and using it as a site for military and industrial projects. But the people of Lothal are not content to live under Imperial rule, and a resistance movement soon begins to take shape. One of Lothal's most famous inhabitants is Ezra Bridger, a young Jedi who becomes a key figure in the fight against the Empire. Alongside his mentor, Kanan Jarrus, and the rest of the Ghost crew, Ezra helps to rally the local population and coordinate efforts to sabotage Imperial operations. The liberation of Lothal is a significant victory for the Rebel Alliance, as it marked the end of Imperial occupation, as well as the presumed death of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Crate is a mineral planet located in the Outer Rim. Known for its stark white surface and the red mineral deposits beneath it, it's the place where the last few survivors of the Resistance make their stand against the First Order in an old Rebel Alliance base. The Battle of Crate is a visually stunning sequence, with the red mineral dust kicked up by the skimmers contrasting sharply against the white salt flats. It's here that Luke Skywalker makes his final stand, though not in the way anyone expected. Using the Force to project his image across the galaxy, Luke confronts Kylo Ren and buys the Resistance enough time to escape. And then he dies. Yeah, how climactic that was. I'm not being sarcastic at all. Ryloth is the homeworld of the Twi'leks, known for its harsh desert-like terrain and the resilience of its inhabitants. The planet's rotational orbit causes extreme climate zones, one half scorched by constant daylight, the other freezing in perpetual night. Ryloth's people have a long history of fighting for their freedom, as the planet has been subjected to multiple occupations over the centuries, most notably by the Separatists and later the Empire. The Twi'leks played a significant role during the Clone Wars, with Jedi Master Mace Windu leading a campaign to liberate Ryloth from the Separatists. The planet's struggle continues into the Imperial era, where Cham Syndulla, leader of the Free Ryloth movement, fights for independence. Cham's daughter, Hera Syndulla, is a prominent leader in the rebellion, appearing in Star Wars Rebels as one of the key figures fighting against the Empire. Geonosis is the dusty, windswept rock where the galaxy's darkest plans were born. Located in the Outer Rim, this barren desert world is covered in rust-colored mesas and jagged cliffs. The Geonosians, an insectoid species, built massive factories across the planet, churning out battle droids by the millions during the Clone Wars. Their hive-like society thrives in the planet's harsh conditions. Led by Poggle the Lesser and their queen, Karina the Great, a nightmarish figure hidden deep underground. Karina the Great is a grotesque queen who controls the Geonosian hives and has a chilling power, reviving the dead with brain worms. These creepy parasites enter living or dead bodies through the nose and take control of their minds, turning them into zombie-like soldiers. I bet all the people who are scared of spiders will be absolutely delighted at these guys. Geonosis also holds a dark place in galactic history for more than just creepy queens. It was the site of the Battle of Geonosis, the official start to the Clone Wars, where the Republic's new clone army squared off against the Separatist droid forces. Also, Geonosis is where the first Death Star plans were conceived. After the Clone Wars, its orbit served as the place where the construction of the Death Star started off. To keep the Death Star secret, though, the Empire wiped out nearly the entire Geonosian population, committing mass genocide. Geonosis had gone from being a critical hub of the Separatist war effort and the droid army to a planet ravaged by the Empire and left in ruin. Felucia is a planet of contradictions. Gorgeous, otherworldly, and yet absolutely lethal. Imagine walking through a landscape that looks like it was dreamed up by an artist who spent a little too much time with fluorescent paints. Towering fungi and massive colorful plants stretch high into the sky. Home to an array of strange and deadly creatures, Felucia is a world where nature reigns supreme. And it's not always friendly, like these mushrooms that will just emit poisonous gas if you touch them in Battlefront 2. Yeah, I died from one of these once while playing. The native Felucians, a reclusive species attuned to the jungle's rhythms, have learned to survive in harmony with their surroundings. During the Clone Wars, Felucia was a key battleground, and its exotic beauty was marred by the bloody conflict between the Republic and the Separatists. It's also the place where Jedi Master Aayla Secura was betrayed and gunned down by her own clone troopers during Order 66, adding a tragic chapter to the planet's history. If you're planning to visit Felucia, pack a sturdy pair of boots, and maybe don't touch anything that glows. Utapau is the world of deep, gaping sinkholes, where entire cities are built into the walls of these massive chasms. From above, the planet's surface looks barren and windswept, but once you descend into the sinkholes, you'll find thriving, bustling cities teeming with life. The Pauans, tall and skeletal in appearance, share these underground metropolises with the smaller, hard-working Utai. Together, they created a society that thrives in the depths, shielded from the harsh surface. Utapai gained galactic attention during the Clone Wars when General Grievous, leader of the Separatist droid armies, chose the planet as his hideout. It was here, in the labyrinthine sinkhole city of Pao City, that Obi-Wan Kenobi tracked Grievous down, leading to a legendary showdown. Obi-Wan's iconic "Hello there" greeting marked the beginning of one of the most memorable duels in Star Wars, where the Jedi Master faced off against the cyborg general. After Grievous's defeat, the Republic's clone forces swept in to secure the planet. A notable Pauan is the Grand Inquisitor, though he looks a bit weird in the Kenobi show. Don't know, what could it be? Is it the egg-shaped head? Dathomir, located in the Outer Rim, is a planet of eerie red skies, twisted forests, and deep connections to the dark side of the Force. This world is home to the Night Sisters, a clan of witches led by Mother Talcin, who uses dark magic for conjuring weapons, illusions, and even raising the dead. They can also give small skinny guys a huge buff, without requiring him to go to the gym for any time. I bet you'd take that in order to skip leg day. The planet is also home to terrifying creatures like Rancors, most famously seen in Return of the Jedi. Another famous spawn of Dathomir is Darth Maul, who was born and trained here before becoming Sidious's apprentice. The Night Sisters' power attracted the attention of Darth Sidious, who feared their influence. During the Clone Wars, Dathomir became a crucial battleground when Asajj Ventress, after being betrayed by Count Dooku, returned home to seek revenge. However, Dooku, anticipating her plans, sent General Grievous and the droid army to invade the planet. The resulting assault led to the brutal massacre of the Night Sisters, wiping out nearly all of them and leaving only a few survivors to carry the trauma of this devastating event for the rest of their lives. Seleucami, whose name translates to oasis, is a planet located in the Outer Rim. The planet, with scattered oases, was the only habitable world in its system, surrounded by dead planets and meteors. These meteors frequently struck Seleucami, forming massive craters that, over time, filled with geothermal water, creating fertile, life-sustaining pockets on the surface. The diverse terrain ranged from deserts to wetlands, attracting settlers from various species, though no native sentient species existed. During the Clone Wars, Seleucami became a battleground as Grievous and his forces landed on Seleucami to escape capture by the Republic. Clone deserter Cut Lawquane also settled on the planet with his family and later helped injured Captain Rex to fight off a crashed pod of BX commando droids attacking the farm. Later, during the Outer Rim sieges, Count Dooku's followers began creating Morgukai clones in Seleucami's underground caverns. This led the Republic to invade Seleucami, flood the magma tunnels to destroy the clone army, securing a victory that spared most of Seleucami's infrastructure. Jedi Master Stas Ali and Commander Neo then led cleanup operations until Neo received Order 66, causing him to kill Ali on a speeder patrol. To put into context though, her death certainly came a lot quicker than her cousin Adigalia, who was pierced through the stomach by Savage Opress's horns and then stabbed in the head by a lightsaber. Now that's a brutal way to go. Why am I comparing which death of a Jedi was more brutal? I don't know. Let's move on. Christoph Sys is a striking urban planet located in the Outer Rim, renowned for its gleaming crystalline structures and shimmering blue-green landscape. The planet is rich in valuable crystals, which lend to its beauty. Its towering glass-like buildings and urban sprawl give Christoph Sys a futuristic appearance. The planet became one of the earliest major battlegrounds during the Clone Wars. The Battle of Christoph Sys was a pivotal moment in the conflict, where the Republic, led by Anakin Skywalker and Obi-Wan Kenobi, launched a prolonged siege to wrest control of the planet from the Separatist droid army. The battle for Christoph Sys' capital is also famous for introducing Ahsoka Tano, Anakin Padawan, as she arrives in the midst of fighting to assist the Jedi. During the Empire's era, rebellious elements were traced back to Christoph Sys. The Empire launched a brutal crackdown, and the city of Tophin, believed to be the center of insurgency, was pacified. As an example to the population, in the capital city of Caledonia suffered heavy bombardment from 3 Imperial-class Star Destroyers. But I guess it's still better than Alderaan's fate. Florum is a desert planet known primarily as the base of operations for Hondo Ohnaka, the galaxy's most charismatic and unpredictable Weequay pirate. Located in the Outer Rim, Florum serves as a hub for various pirate factions who capitalize on the lawlessness of the region. The planet itself is barren, with its arid wastelands dotted by pirate outposts and hideouts, making it an ideal place for Hondo's less than legitimate operations. Florum appears prominently in the Clone Wars series, where Hondo captures Count Dooku, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Anakin Skywalker in one of his many schemes. Despite his moral ambiguity, Hondo is not without charm, often allying with the Jedi when it suits his interests. He certainly has a lot of inspiration from Captain Jack Sparrow, doesn't he? Sullust, a volcanic planet in the Outer Rim, is a harsh, fiery world dominated by rivers of molten lava, jagged mountains, and a thick atmosphere filled with toxic fumes. Despite these extreme conditions, Sullustans, or how I call them, pancake faces, are the native species who thrived underground for millennia, building extensive subterranean cities to escape the planet's volatile surface. The planet's strategic importance during the Galactic Civil War made it a key target for both the Empire and the Rebellion. While the Empire attempted to control Sullust's valuable resources, the planet ultimately sided with the Rebel Alliance. The planet's factories, located deep within the protective underground caverns, produced much of the Rebel fleet. One of its most famous citizens, Nien Nunb, co-piloted the Millennium Falcon alongside Lando Calrissian during the battle, cementing Sullust's place in galactic history. Nien Nunb is also a hero character in DICE's first Battlefront game, where he was one of the most fun characters to play. Just look how cute and happy he is. Like the video for him, please. Malachor V, a barren, desolate world, is steeped in ancient Sith history. The planet is covered in massive, jagged structures of dark stone, remnants of a great battle that took place thousands of years ago, even having old lightsabers and burned people's figures still standing around in the pose they died in. Malachor V is most notably remembered for the cataclysmic conflict that occurred during the Mandalorian Wars, where a devastating superweapon, the Mass Shadow Generator, was used, destroying both the planet's surface and much of the surrounding space. It's also the birthplace to one of the most powerful Siths ever in existence, whom you can learn about more in this video. In Star Wars Rebels, Malachor V becomes a central location when Ezra, Kanan, and Ahsoka visit the planet seeking knowledge about the Sith. Here they encounter Darth Maul, and a deadly confrontation with the Sith Inquisitors ensues. The planet's most striking feature is an ancient Sith temple filled with dark side energy. The climactic battle between Ahsoka Tano and Darth Vader also takes place here, marking a key moment in the series. Dantooine, not to be confused with Tatooine, because who would do that, is a peaceful remote world characterized by rolling grasslands and small farming communities. Though it seems like an unassuming agricultural planet, it holds significant strategic importance for the Rebel Alliance during the Galactic Civil War. The planet is most famously mentioned in A New Hope, when Princess Leia tells Grand Moff Tarkin that the Rebel base is located on Dantooine, in a failed attempt to protect Alderaan. In Star Wars Knights of the Old Republic, Dantooine is home to a Jedi enclave, where young Jedi like Revan and Bastila Shan were trained. It also housed one of the star maps leading to the Star Forge. The planet's pastoral beauty makes it an ideal location for contemplation and study, though it has also been the site of several battles throughout history. Though often overshadowed by other planets, Dantooine's role in both the Jedi Order's past and the Rebellion's early days gives it a quiet but vital place in galactic history. Rhodia is located in the Outer Rim and has vast oceans with swamps and thick jungle in the midst of it. Notable about Rhodia's cities is that they were encased with domed environmental shields that allowed entry and exit for vehicles and vessels and could help them regulate against the extreme temperatures of the planet. The planet is the homeworld of the Rhodians, a species of green-skinned, antennae-bearing humanoids renowned throughout the galaxy for their hunting prowess. Rhodians are a warrior culture, with hunting being a key aspect of their society and a source of great pride. Many Rhodians leave their homeworld to become bounty hunters, taking their skills to the galaxy at large in pursuit of fame and fortune. Though maybe they should stick to tracking and leave the pulling the trigger part to someone else. Right, Greedo?
Oh, yeah, Oscar.
Yes, I bet you have.
McClunky.
During the Clone Wars, Rhodia briefly aligned itself with the Separatists under the leadership of Senator Onaconda Farr, who sought to protect his people from the ravages of war. However, after a failed assassination attempt and intervention by Padme Amidala, Rhodia returned to the Republic side. During the Imperial era, Rhodia and its population were spared enslavement under the new regime due to the Empire's demand for bounty hunters, and they later rejoined the New Republic's regime as well. Corvus, located in the Outer Rim, is a mist-shrouded forested world, filled with dense woodlands and towering ancient trees. However, its once pristine beauty has been marred by industrial pollution and Imperial occupation. Imagine San Francisco enveloped in pollution. That's how thick and hazy the atmosphere of Coruscant can get on the lower levels, like the smog-filled skyline of Beijing or the dense haze of New Delhi on its worst days, making Corvus a dark and somber place as the sun could barely break through the smoggy air. Beneath its canopy, scattered villages and small settlements are cloaked in shadows due to that. During the reign of the Empire, Corvus was subjugated under oppressive rule. Its forests were exploited for resources, leaving parts of the land scarred and desolate. The people were abused into labor service and were treated poorly. Corvus gained wider attention when Ahsoka Tano, the former Jedi, arrived seeking information on the whereabouts of Grand Admiral Thrawn. Ahsoka liberated the town of Caladan from the cruel rule of Magistrate Morgan Elspeth, restoring a sense of hope to the people of Corvus. It became a site of resistance as the oppressed populace began to rise against their occupiers. Before moving on, please leave a like on this video. It's greatly appreciated and would help the algorithm notice my videos more. Thanks a lot. Scipio, a frigid, mountainous planet located in the Outer Rim territories, is renowned as the headquarters of the intergalactic banking clan and homeworld to the moons. Covered in towering, icy peaks and ancient stone structures, Scipio's surface is cold and unyielding, mirroring the calculating nature of its corporate masters. The bank's fortified vaults and towering citadel stand imposingly across the landscape as symbols of wealth and power. During the Clone Wars, Scipio became a focal point when Padme Amidala traveled to the planet to negotiate loans for the Republic's war effort, but soon discovered the banking clan's questionable loyalties as they secretly funded both sides of the conflict, further elongating the war. The banking clan leader, Rush Clovis, later attempted to consolidate control of the banks, only to be entangled in a plot by Darth Sidious to centralize galactic finances, and thus the independent banking clan fell under the influence of the Senate, and thus later the Empire. Zygeria, located in the Outer Rim, is a hot, arid planet ruled by the Zygerians, a proud and ruthless species known for their long history of slavery. Zygeria's towering, sand-blasted cities and ornate palaces reflect the wealth and power accumulated through centuries of exploitation. Zygeria society thrived on the slave trade, capturing sentient beings from across the galaxy and selling them into bondage for labor or profit. The Zygerian Empire, once powerful and feared, flourished during the time of the Old Republic, before the practice of slavery was outlawed. However, even after the Republic's ban on slavery, the Zygerians continued their operations in secret, often allying with criminal organizations and the Separatists during the Clone Wars. In the Clone Wars, Anakin Skywalker, Obi-Wan Kenobi, and Ahsoka Tano are sent to Zygeria to dismantle the Zygerian slavers' empire after the Republic learns of their growing influence. The mission reveals the brutal nature of Zygerian society, where the entire Torgruta population was subjugated to be sold into slavery. The Zygerian queen, Mirage Sintel, attempts to restore the glory of her people's empire, seeing the chaos of the Clone Wars as an opportunity to expand their influence. However, the intervention of the Jedi thwarts her plans, leading to the eventful fall of Zygeria's slaving operations. Edu is a remote and stormy planet located in the Outer Rim, known for its terrible weather and jagged mountains. The planet's surface is covered in steep, rocky cliffs and ridges, constantly lashed by torrential rainstorms and lightning. These harsh conditions made Edu the perfect location for a secret Imperial research facility, hidden away from the eyes of the galaxy. The research base, perched precariously on one of the planet's cliffs, was where Galen Erso, the reluctant architect of the Death Star superlaser, was forced to work under the watchful eye of Director Krennic. Jyn Erso leads a mission to rescue her father Galen in the hope of thwarting the Empire's plans for the Death Star. The planet's brutal storms and rugged terrain make the mission quite difficult, and the Rebel alliances ultimately destroy the facility with airstrikes leading to Galen's death. Kessel, a desolate planet in the Outer Rim. The planet is a major producer of spice, a valuable drug used both therapeutically and recreationally, mined from the deep caverns of Kessel's rocky surface. Its atmosphere is divided into two distinct regions: the barren, rocky wastelands where spice is extracted, and the lush, verdant half of the planet where royal palaces and luxurious estates exist. Kessel's strategic value as a spice producer has made it a hotspot for criminal organizations, particularly the Pike Syndicate, which has long controlled the spice trade. Many sentient beings, including Wookiees and other enslaved species, have been forced to work in Kessel's mines under brutal conditions. C-3PO also famously quoted not wanting to be sent there. Kessel is probably most well known for Han Solo's claim to have completed the Kessel Run in less than 12 parsecs. The Kessel Run being a dangerous hyperspace route through the Maelstrom, a chaotic region of space filled with black holes and dangerous gravity wells. Nevarro is a rugged, lava-strewn planet situated on the edge of known space, where molten rivers snake across a harsh landscape surrounded by arid plains and rugged canyons. While its fiery surface is inhospitable, Nevarro has become a haven for bounty hunters, mercenaries, and survivalists drawn to its challenging environment and isolation from the core systems. Beneath its volatile surface lies a vast network of hidden tunnels and caves. Nevarro became an important location during the rise of the New Republic due to its thriving trade and bounty hunting contracts. The Bounty Hunters Guild, under Greef Karga's leadership, operated out of a central fortress, making it a bustling hub for those on both sides of the law. The planet's significance further rose when the Mandalorian Din Djarin sought refuge there with Grogu, sparking a confrontation with Imperial remnants led by Moff Gideon. The clash altered the fate of Nevarro, and the planet, once a remote outpost, emerged as a symbol of resilience, thriving under a new order led by Karga in the aftermath of the Empire's defeat. Nathema is a barren, desolate planet located in the Sith Empire's territory, infamous for its history of destruction and its connection to the dark side. Though a devastating dark side ritual, Darth Vitiate consumed every living being on the planet, leaving it a lifeless husk devoid of any trace of the Force or vitality, making him immortal in the process. The planet's surface is now a wasteland, with crumbling ruins and dry, cracked terrain stretching as far as the eye can see. Sith and Jedi alike would come to investigate the planet, only to be repelled by its emptiness, as the complete absence of the Force left those who visited the world nearly physically ill. After the death of Vitiate's spirit, Nathema underwent a rapid transformation. The void dissipated, and the unsettling absence of the Force vanished. Force users no longer felt ill upon visiting, and the planet's atmosphere became fresher, with more dynamic weather. Most strikingly, seeds left in the soil began to flourish, bringing vibrant plant life to the once barren landscape, dramatically altering Nathema's desolate appearance. Dromund Kaas is a shadowy, jungle-covered planet located in the Sith Empire's territory during the Old Republic era. It is known for its perpetual thunderstorms, dark forest, and its skies are often choked with black clouds and lightning, casting an eerie glow over the entire world, really embodying the essence of the dark side. Once lost to time, Dromund Kaas became the capital of the Sith Empire under the reign of Emperor Vitiate, symbolizing the resurgence of Sith power after centuries in exile. At the heart of the planet lies Kaas City, the capital, home to the Dark Council and the Emperor's seat of power. Surrounding the city are ancient Sith temples and tombs filled with dark side energy and dangerous relics. Its jungles are untamed and filled with predators and ancient Sith experiments left to roam the wilds. During the Battle of Dromund Kaas, the hero of Tython alongside the Republic forces were able to infiltrate the Dark Temple on Dromund Kaas and kill Emperor Vitiate in a final confrontation, marking the supposed end of the Galactic War. Korriban, and I'll refuse to call it Moriband because the name change is stupid, is an ancient and desolate planet located in the Outer Rim. Known for its jagged, rocky landscapes and blood-red skies, Korriban was the homeworld of the original Sith species and later became the birthplace of the Sith Order. The planet is littered with ancient tombs, crypts, and towering monuments that house the remains of long-dead Sith Lords. These tombs serve as a grim reminder of the Sith's obsession with power and immortality, and many aspiring Sith have visited Korriban over the millennia to study the teachings of their predecessors. Korriban played a pivotal role in shaping the Sith's rise to power, serving as the location of the Sith Academy, where dark side acolytes trained in the way of the Sith. The planet has appeared in several key moments in Sith history, from the time of Darth Revan and Darth Malak in Knights of the Old Republic, to its influence in later conflicts between the Sith and the Jedi. Its atmosphere is thick with dark side energy, and those who set foot on Korriban often find themselves drawn to the malevolent dark power that permeates the planet. The allure of Korriban's dark secrets make it both a symbol of Sith strength and a tomb for those consumed by their lust of power. Taris was once a sprawling ecumenopolis in the Outer Rim, renowned for its towering skyscrapers, bustling trade, and advanced technology, almost rivaling Coruscant in its prime. Divided into distinct layers, from the affluent upper city to the crime-ridden lower city, the planet was a symbol of both prosperity and deep social inequality. The lowest levels of Taris were overrun with outlaws, mutated rat ghouls, and decaying infrastructure, creating a stark contrast to the high society above. Taris' fate changed drastically during the Jedi Civil War, when Darth Malak, in a brutal show of force, launched a devastating orbital bombardment, leveling the cityscape. The destruction left Taris in ruins, and attempts at reconstruction faltered due to its precarious ecosystem and the lingering threat of rat ghouls. Taris never fully faded from galactic memory. The Republic launched ambitious restoration projects, reclaiming Taris as a symbol of resilience and strength once again. Ossus, a remote, forested world in the Outer Rim, is one of the most sacred planets in Jedi history. Covered in ancient temples, sprawling libraries, and meditation gardens, Ossus was once a thriving hub of learning and spiritual enlightenment, where Jedi Masters taught generations of students in the ways of the Force. The Great Jedi Library, a colossal structure containing countless relics, holocrons, and artifacts, served as a beacon of Jedi wisdom until Ossus faced tragedy. The planet's fortune changed during the Sith Wars. It was bombarded by the Sith, leading to the loss of much of its cultural and spiritual heritage. To protect their legacy, Jedi Knights made desperate efforts to preserve their archives, with some relics buried deep in vaults or hidden within the forested mountains. But a lot of it also fell into the hands of the Sith. Ossus never fully recovered, its temples and libraries now lying in ruins. During the Imperial era, Luke Skywalker rediscovered Ossus and sought to rebuild its legacy, hoping to restore the lost knowledge of the Jedi Order. Koak is a wild, jungle-covered planet known for its exotic flora and dangerous fauna, where vast swathes of dense vegetation hide lurking dangers and untamed beauty. The planet's tropical rainforests are filled with towering trees, hanging vines, and enormous blooms of colorful yet often deadly plants. Koak is best known as the homeworld of the Koakian monkey lizards, mischievous creatures with high-pitched laughs and a penchant for chaos. These native animals became notorious across the galaxy when one of their kind, Salacious B. Crumb, served as a court jester to Jabba the Hutt. Beyond the monkey lizards, the forests are teeming with predatory creatures and plants with potent toxins, making Koak a favorite destination for thrill-seekers, poachers, and explorers seeking rare species for trade. Telos IV, located in the Outer Rim's Quaimar sector on Hydian Way Hyperlane, was a crucial military and economic asset for the Galactic Republic. Being home to your favorite KOTOR sidekick, Carth Onasi, the planet hosted the Jedi Agricultural Corps. During the Jedi Civil War, Sith forces under Darth Malak devastated Telos' surface through orbital bombardment, following a demand for surrender. To recover, the Republic initiated the Telosian Restoration Project in 3955 BBY, building Citadel Station to revitalize the planet, and it ultimately transformed into a lush, nature-rich world. During the Dark Wars, the Sith forces led by Darth Nihilus attacked Citadel Station, where the exile Mitra Surik was also aboard, culminating in the defeat of the Sith Triumvirate. During the Imperial period, Telos joined a rebellion against the Empire but was suppressed, ending in yet another destructive assault on the planet, making it a scarred world. Bogano is a remote, largely uncharted planet covered in rolling green hills, large sinkholes, and abandoned ancient structures. Its isolation made it the perfect location for Ino Cordova, a Jedi Master, to hide the Vault, a structure containing ancient secrets of the Zepho, a long-lost species deeply connected to the Force. The planet is dotted with mysterious ruins and strange alien fauna, including the playful Boglings and the massive Ogdo Bogdo. Bogano's peaceful atmosphere and gentle rain create a serene environment, making it an ideal location for Jedi seeking refuge or introspection. In Jedi Fallen Order, Cal Kestis travels to Bogano as part of his quest to unlock the secrets of the Zepho Vault and retrieve a Jedi holocron containing the identities of Force-sensitive children across the galaxy. Luke Skywalker and Leia Organa also travel there to assess the planet's suitability for a Rebel Alliance base, but decided against it due to the Empire's presence on it. Zepho is a desolate, windswept planet located in the Outer Rim, once home to an ancient and highly advanced civilization known as the Zepho, who were deeply connected to the Force. The planet's surface is dotted with towering mountain ranges, sprawling plains, and ancient temples carved into the mountainsides. The remnants of the Zepho civilization are everywhere, from crumbling cities to mysterious monolithic structures, all of which suggest a once great society that fell into decline due to their obsession with the dark side of the Force. In Star Wars Jedi Fallen Order, Cal Kestis travels to Zepho in search of clues left behind by Jedi Master Ino Cordova, who had studied the planet's history in an effort to unlock the secrets of the Vault on Bogano. Cal explores the planet's ancient tombs, encountering both dangerous wildlife and remnants of the Empire, which has established a presence on Zepho in search of its hidden relics. Kobo, a rugged planet in the Outer Rim, is defined by its harsh terrain of towering mesas, jagged cliffs, and sprawling desert plains. Rich in priorite, a valuable metal, Kobo has drawn prospectors and settlers eager to carve out a living amid its treacherous landscape. Historically, Kobo held strategic significance during the High Republic era, when Jedi and Republic scientists built facilities like the Forest Array and several Jedi chambers. It was also the launching point for Jedi Knight Dagan Gera's discovery of Tenalore. In Jedi Survivor, Cal Kestis crash lands on Kobo while on the run from the Empire. Amid its untamed wilderness, Cal navigates perilous encounters with wildlife, such as the massive Piasa and aggressive Billimaz, as well as hostile factions like the Bedlam Raiders. His journey on Kobo reveals ancient Jedi ruins, including a High Republic temple filled with complex trials, and lost technology like the Abyss Compass, an essential device for navigating the route to Tenalore. Tenalore is a secretive and ancient world shrouded in mystery, concealed within the Kobo Abyss, a deadly nebula that conceals pathways to the hidden world. With dense forest, misty wetlands, and vast plains, its landscapes hold an almost sacred tranquility, making it a perfect sanctuary far from the reach of the wider galaxy. During the High Republic era, Tenalore's existence became known to the Jedi Order, who viewed it as a potential site for remote temple due to its strong connection to the Force. Jedi Masters Dagan Gera led the effort to access the planet, hoping to unlock its mysteries and establish a haven of peace and light. However, after an encounter with a pirate force named the Nile and the unpredictability of the Kobo Abyss led to the project's abandonment, with Tenalore vanishing from the galactic consciousness once more. Millennia later, the Jedi Cal Kestis rediscovers Tenalore, recognizing its potential as a hidden refuge in the dark times, a place where the remnants of the light can remain protected from the Empire's shadow. Rishi Moon, the desolate soul moon of the planet Rishi, lies in the Rishi system, known for its harsh, barren landscape and frequent meteor showers. During the Clone Wars, it became strategically vital as the site of Rishi Station, a Republic outpost tasked with monitoring communications to safeguard Kamino. The Separatist Alliance attempted a covert mission to capture the station and send an all-clear signal to bypass Republic defenses around Kamino. However, this plan was foiled by the greatest clone force ever, Domino Squad. A group of cadets including Fives, Echo, Heavy, Cut Up, and Droid Bait. Heavy notably sacrificed himself by blowing up the station, thus interrupting the signal. Adding to its dangers, Rishi Moon was also home to the fierce Rishi Eel, a massive predator known to ambush any trespassers who strayed too close to its territory.